В них про радости горы мне пели, но одна лишь из них память врезалась мне. Это песня о работе.
Capital Business sure is working as hard this month.
He sure is. I cut down a whole 10 trees today.
I hate chopping down all these trees. We're destroying the pristine beauty of these Siberian wastes. I remember spending many years here playing as a little boy. These trees are as wonderful in finesse of beauty and proportion as in stature, an assemblage of conifers surpassing all that have ever yet been discovered in the forests of the world. The crowning branches are never impenetrable to the rays of the sun, never so interblended as to lose their individuality.
What did I just hear? You have a problem how things are run around here? Why don't you talk to Capital Business yourself? This filth is having problems with how you are running the place.
Understood. Thank you for bringing him in to me. Stand there and make sure he doesn't act up. Now, so what is it you dislike about our fine establishment?
Mister, it was just a misunderstanding.
Oh, poppycock.
Well, sir, it's the trees. We're cutting many of them down.
The trees. You don't want the glorious motherland to prevail, is that it? Well, let me tell you something. Back when I was young, we were nothing but starving peasants. And now, under the great leadership of Joseph Stalin, we have achieved feats that were hitherto unimaginable. And now, after all the guidance and help that Stalin has supplied to you, you decide to whine about just some trees? Besides, there are plenty of strong trees. Even after a running fire has scorched and killed the pine tree, the cones open and the ground beneath it is then sown, broadcast with all the seeds ripened during its whole life. The forest will be fine.
Just some trees. These trees, this forest, all the animals living in it. I grew up surrounded by all this wilderness. I spent 50 years slaving away in the gulags for the benefit of this motherland. I thought that we couldn't put a dent in this great forest, but now I see how much damage we have caused. The bright brown shafts and towers of flat, frond-like branches used to make a striking feature of all the landscapes throughout the seasons. But not anymore. I don't hear as many birds. I don't catch as many fish. I don't see as many deer running through the forest. All I hear are chainsaws. All I see is factory smoke. We are destroying the forest so harshly that once I even noticed 2 robins flying in terror from a leafless oak, the branches of which swished and quivered as if struck by heavy battering ram, because of how violently we were wrecking their home.
And, what of it? Tomorrow you will be publicly executed by firing squad. Rest well, this is the last night of your life.
Ivan, what happened? Are you going to be alright?
It's all over. You'll be on your own soon. I'll be executed tomorrow morning.
But why? Capital Business doesn't execute for small talk.
It doesn't matter. Let me enjoy my last few hours in this realm.
Are you saying that you're going to go down without a fight? Not even an attempt at escaping? You've been here a long time. You are no stranger to hunger and weariness. You know well how to appreciate suffering of all kinds. The suffering we face here.
I'm too old for this. I've lived a good life. I am content.
Shut up. You're just being stupid. I'm getting you and myself out of this stupid gulag tonight. How hard could it be?
So what do we do now that we're free?
I don't know. Let's just wander and see what it's like to live outside of a gulag. I'm sure we will gain everlasting impressions of nature's steadfastness and power combined with inevitable finesse of beauty.
Sounds good to me. Do you think we'll get caught and sent back to, if we're seen?
We're in the middle of nowhere. The people that are here have little sympathy for people in charge. Plus, the branches of the trees, outspread in flat plumes and beautifully fronded, sweep gracefully downward and outward, except those near the top, which aspire, providing us with lots of cover.
If you say so. We will still have to find a village first. I doubt there will be one by the gulag, so we better get moving through the falls, cascades, smooth rocks lined with hypnum 3-inch thick, shaded with maple, dogwood, alder, willow, grand clumps of lady ferns where no hand may touch them, like filtering through the translucent leaves. Oaks 50 feet high, lilies 8 feet high, in the filled lake basin nearby, and the finest loboceras groves, and tallest ferns and goldenrods, which we may encounter.
You're right. We need to get as far away as possible and find the villagers. We'll decide what to do then. Being free, all the world is before me, and every day seems like a holiday. So it does seem not important to which one of the world's wildernesses I should first wander. Ivan, look over there. In the garish light, like a majestic living creature, clad in the same gauzy wind-woven drapery.
Let's go check it out. They might be able to help.
Who's there?
My name is Ivan, and this is Lord. We escaped the nearby gulag and need your help.
Are you talking about the gulag run by Capital Business?
That's the one. Will you help us?
We in this humble village have been hurt by Capital Business, and we would love to help you escape his grasp. Their arguments are curiously like those of the Double, devised for the destruction of their first garden.
Thank you. If it would be so kind, could you take us to a place where we could stay the night? We have traveled for many days and haven't eaten much.
Of course, it would be my pleasure to help out some weary travelers along their way. If you would, please join us in the town hall at 8 o'clock for dinner tonight. The village elder will surely be pleased to meet you two.
All right. That dirty peasant mentioned something about Capital Business. I wonder what that was about.
I don't know. I guess we'll have to figure it out tonight at dinner. I hope we can trust the elder. I'm going to take a nap.
Yeah, me too. Hello, this is Vladimir Ivan, and I'm Lore Axe.
Greetings, travelers. I am Vladimir Boris.
There are not many people here, are we alright?
No. Sadly, this is all that is left of our village, after a destruction brought upon its forests by Capital Business.
The dirty peasant also mentioned something about Capital Business. What is that exactly about?
Back when I was but a young lad, I became tired of the industrialization sweeping this nation. I amassed a small following of others that agreed with this sentiment, and together we moved out into the woods to create this village. At its peak, we had a thriving population of 34, but then Stalin installed a new gulag with the goal of stripping the land of its wealth and using it to create more factories. Under the iron hand of Capital Business, the forests we once called home slowly became a wasteland. Many left as food became scarce, and our village dwindled until it became abandoned.
Wow, that sounds awful. Me and Ivan would love to help, isn't that right?
Well, let's not be too hasty.
What do you mean?
Capital Business had me in his clutches once, and I'm not about to risk my life to fight against something that we can't stop.
Capital Business may be strong, but we can beat him if we work together. I offer you my strength. Please, help me fight for this great cause. Prejudices must be removed by the help of outside influences, after all.
We can't do anything, why even try?
Ivan, think of what you're saying. You always used to take solace in the idea that the woods were so vast that we could never destroy them. And yet, through years of hard work, we eventually did. Now you claim that there's no way to fight back against what we've created? You always talked about your love for this great wilderness. Now it is time for you to prove that.
I suppose you're right. All right, village elder. What do you want us to do?
Well, first, we must train. We will need to be in peak performance if we are to stand a chance against Capital Business. He is incredibly powerful. To buy public approval, he treacherously deserted his morals, threw his life away, ungenerously leaving all others to lifelong sorrow, in order that he might stand well in this foolish world.
What do you mean Ivan escaped?
We went to grab him from his cell, and both him and his cellmate were gone. They left no traces.
You can't find any leads? They didn't leave footprints? You didn't see anything last night?
I'm afraid not, sir. They just vanished. So I disassembled the firing squad?
No, I believe I know another great useful.
What do you mean?
Guards? Take this poor excuse for a guard and put them in the place of Ivan. You can't bring in a firing squad and not supply them with work.
Oh, please, Mr. President. Have some mercy. Just give me some time and I will find trace of them. I promise I will.
Silence! Guards, take him away and do not return to me until he has been executed. Man will do anything, no matter what it is, to secure his spiritual comfort. And he can neither be forced nor persuaded to any act which has not that goal for its object. This is why Ivan was able to escape. So I must make an example so as to ensure that it will not happen again.
That guard must have done something awful to have been left in such a state.
The soldiers were claiming that he assisted Ivan's escape in the middle of the night, but I don't buy that for a second.
Well, then what is it exactly you think happened?
Well, if you ask me, I think that Capital Business requested his death in order to fill us with fear. I think that Capital Business is trying to scare us out of running away ourselves.
Are you sure Capital Business is that extreme?
I'm positive. All he cares about is getting this land's resources drained, and he sees us as nothing but enemies to the motherland that he can force to do his bidding. To him, we are nothing more than numbers, and we are highly expendable, even the guards.
He is extremely strict. That was the 6th guard he has executed. Maybe you're right. I feel sorry for them poor, pitiful rascals. It seems like I couldn't ever feel any hardness against them anymore in the world. It was a dreadful thing to see. Human beings can be awful cruel to one another.
Capital Business has gone too far. He does as he pleases with us while he gains all the benefits.
Attention! At ease. I wish to talk about how wonderful I am. Man, I sure am great. The way I handled the insolent Garcher was efficient and ruthless of me. Do you guys agree? Yes? Good, good. I'm glad you agree. I really showed those prisoners who's in power here that they're nothing. Hopefully by now they've realized that they are nothing and that I am the one who decides their fate. Boy, it sure is good to be in charge. I bet you two wish you were in charge. You know what? You guys both get bonuses this year. 1 extra potato.
I just can't seem to do this.
You must have patience. Things don't always come back to people. But you have the spirit to figure it out in no time. After all, we've only been at it for 2 days.
I guess so. Do you have any advice?
No.
Don't be such a downer, Ivan. And yes, look around yourself. Observe your surroundings. Look at all the plants and animals. The more in tune you are with your surroundings, the more you become focused. Nature helps with everything. That's why we're training out here.
I suppose so.
I'm not feeling very good. I'm going to go to bed early tonight.
Okay, rest well. Tomorrow, we head out to the Gulag to rescue our compatriots.
Alright? People will call me a low-down coward and despise me for keeping on. But that don't make no difference. I ain't going to tell. I ain't going back there anyways. I'm supposed to help others, but I couldn't see no advantage about it, except for the other people. So, at last I reckon I wouldn't worry about it anymore, but just let it go.
Hey, have you seen Ivan? I've been looking for him for half a day now.
No, but it doesn't matter. We have to head out now. We must act before more suffer.
Okay, if you say so. Let's grab our gear and go. Wander.
Another day has gone by, and no one has discovered what happened to Ivan and Lore. Looks like I will be executing someone else today. Vladimir Dmitri, get up here. It's your lucky day. As you all know, few days ago, a few of our inmates escaped this gulag. I know that one of you knows something. Tell me what you know, and suffering stops. Free and simple. Today, Vladimir died. Tomorrow, could be anyone. Guards, ready? Put the gun down, or it'll give you a big frown.
In a circle?
Please, no! You don't know what you're doing. If you kill me, the troubles will only get worse. Please let me live, and I'll let you go, please.
I'm unfavorable to killing a man, but as long as you can get around it, it ain't good sense. You may go, but you must run as far away from here as possible.
Thank you. You won't regret this. Whoa! Whoa!
Looks like you forgot to tell him to mind his step. Alright, I'm gonna go check in on the other prisoners, make sure they're alright.
I'll deal with these ones.
Alright.
Thank you for saving us. Under the rule of capital business, we all suffered.
Does this mean we can go?
Yes, we can go, but we must run away into the woods where we will never be found. We wouldn't want to be found after what happened here today.
I have a small village, not far from here. We can all run over there, and where we may live out the rest of our days peacefully amidst nature. For what you want above all things is for everyone to be satisfied and feel right and kind towards each other.
That sounds wonderful. I've always loved the wilderness, and maybe I'll finally be able to rebuild the beauty of the woods. The trees are, of course, the greatest of all our natural resources for the uplifting of the peace and joy and health of all of our people.
But when his drinking, lusting, and his hunger for power became known to more and more people, the demands to do something about this outrageous